Hi, Gloria Lybecker here with Healing You. Today I made a request of myself that I make this video in order to turn something around from deep inside of my heart. A little background story is it was rainy, dismal day, and I noticed that when it was a rainy, dismal day, it kept affecting my perception of life. And I would feel really drained and blah, lethargic, depleted, listless. And then I would start noticing when things were out of order or messy or cluttered. And then I realized how messy my closet was. It was such a mess, and I felt like there's just so much to do. And then I was working on making a recording, and the processing of the recording was taking hours to happen. And so it's like everything was just kind of like this sticky push-pull, really uncomfortable experience that I was not enjoying. And the predominant feelings that I took the time to unpack was lethargic, under-whelm, lonely, weary, detached and withdrawn, and gloomy. So it's like my the weather was being a metaphor. It was a reflection of my inner implicit sea of me. So the shadow beliefs that were running me is that very familiar one where I fall into this sense of lack, not being enough, or being unworthy in some area, or inadequate. And I also had some faux feelings that showed up, feeling neglected and feeling pressured. So taking the time to really slow down and drop into my heart, to begin that time travel process to what is this implicit experience that's ready to be healed. And it took a bit of time, and yet what actually supported my process was my messy closet. So I remembered being a teenager and being in my room, and it felt like my room was kind of dark and it was a mess. And I felt all those feelings. I felt really alone. And the aloneness was so alone feeling that it was that I did not matter. I had that experience that I just did not matter. And the statements that were running in me is I'm not enough, I'm not valued, I don't understand, I am alone, I'm worthless, and I don't matter. And there's a lot of confusion in my younger self. Is how could life even be that lonely or that confusing? And what I recognized that I was needing was empowerment. I was needing inspiration and a sense of self-connection and self-love to tap into the abundance of life and to experience being worthy, value, to be of value. And what happened was I was able to really unpack an unconscious contract that I wasn't really aware that I was having. And it would go something like, I, Gloria May Craig, solemnly swear to my essential self that I will not stand out, that I will not draw attention. I will keep to myself and be crumpled and small in order to live life, in order to be able to exist, no matter the cost to myself or those I love. Well, I wasn't aware that I was holding that inside at that young age. And yet that was my felt experience. And it's why I had such a fog of confusion that was like behind my eyes. So taking the time to drop into my heart and into my essential self, my compassionate observer, to recognize that that vow that was made. And to turn to my younger self and tell her, oh, Gloria, I heard that vow you made, and I understand why you made it in the moment, and it is not serving your life. So I revoke that vow, and I release you from this contract. And instead, I give you my blessing. I give you my blessing to be the light that you were created to be. To live your life fully and expansively with an open heart. And you, my child, get to rewrite time, to allow healing to be embodied at a cellular level. And for your heart to be filled with courage and compassion for all of life, everywhere. And to feel the accompaniment of spirit that abides deep within your heart forever as your constant companion. I bless you to be a being that reveres life each moment and to live your life large. And so it is. So allowing myself to experience this right here and now, openly, publicly, to claim this as my birthright. And I can see the light come into that dark room and reveal to me that I am whole and complete, and I am healed, and I am back, and I am a spiritual being. I am love embodied. So, going back to rewrite that time, I can see my younger self. She goes and she opens the window to let light shine in. And her cat climbs in to love on her. She turns on some music and enjoys putting things in order in her room. And she acknowledges how much she enjoys solitude. She reveres it. She feels at peace within and inspired to go about her day being moved in the moment with that connection in her heart. To take the time to respond to whatever comes up in life with consideration and compassionate understanding. So I go back to the other day when it was rainy and cold and foggy, and I felt so gloomy, and recognized those same needs were really running in me. That's what was awakening within me, was this link from those implicit experiences in my past that had not been caught or held or accompanied. And I recognized that the quantum field energy that would really support me to stay present to my experiences, to remember that I am blessed, to live with an open heart, and to stay heart connected. So turning back time a little bit, just to the other day, I looked outside at the foggy, rainy day, and I opened the window to breathe in the fresh air. And my heart fills with gratitude for the new day. So I connect more deeply in my heart space with wonder and ease, seeking the inspiration and guidance for my new day, and for that to fill me completely, mind, body, and spirit. And so then I receive my new I am. You know, that new I am, that I am enough, that I have purpose, I am valued, and I do have understanding. So I take the time to breathe in my inspiration and my guidance from spirit with each breath that I take, in order to have the insight and wisdom to really be present to my purpose for being here, to be able to share my truth, to rewrite time, and to allow myself to show up, to stand out. I can even draw attention That'll be all right. And guess what? My messy room, I'm even going to show you how I have been going through and I've been organizing and making piles that I can actually give away to others and only keeping what I need. So what a blessing that is. So where in your life is there a place that gets cluttered or feels foggy or gloomy to you? And how might you begin to slow down and breathe into your heart to allow yourself to receive the inspiration and the guidance that you need from Spirit? There's no time like the present, living in the now. So thanks for being with me on this journey, healing you. Now I got a lot of things to put away.